Are you dating a woman who's much older or younger than you are? If you are, then you're in for a real challenge. And I'm not just talking about the age gap itself, but also the statistics. You see, here's the bad news. Statistics show that most age gap relationships fail. Scary, but true. In a 2014 study by Emory University in Atlanta, the following statistics were found. If you and your woman had a 1-year gap, your risk of splitting up was 3%. If you have a 5-year gap, that risk of splitting up goes up to 18%. And if you have a 10-year gap, the risk is 38%. And if you have a 20-year gap, you have a whopping 95% chance of splitting up. Shocking, right? But numbers don't lie. The bigger the age gap, the bigger the chance of failure. But here's the good news. The numbers are not saying your age gap relationship will fail. In fact, your age gap relationship can work out, but only if you understand how age gap relationships really work. Unfortunately, most men today don't know how age gap relationships really work. But you will if you watch this video to the end. This video will show you exactly what 95% of men in age gap relationships never figure out. Plus, you'll also learn an amazingly powerful and highly controversial technique. And this technique will be your secret weapon in making your age gap relationship not only survive, but also thrive. Known as the FN strategy, this tactic is not known by most guys. And yet, it works like gangbusters in overcoming age gap relationship problems. Believe me, you'll get your mind blown when you see this strategy. Sounds good? Great. Before I share with you the FN strategy, do this for me. Click the like button below because your support will help me. Now, take a quick moment to click like. I'll wait. Done? Awesome. Thanks. Now let me explain why so many age gap relationships fail. Most age gap relationships fail because men treat them like normal relationships. And you should never do that, because age gap relationships have different rules. For instance, younger women need less affection and more security. Younger women tend to be afraid of the future. They know the world's a scary and judgmental place, and deep inside, they want security. Physical, emotional, and financial. And if a younger woman feels she can get that security from you, as well as some excitement on top of that, that's when she falls in love with you. Now, if you're dating a much younger woman, here's your challenge. She can get that security from virtually any strong, goal-oriented guy who loves her. So if she met another guy who gives her the same excitement and security you give her, except this other guy is around the same age as she is, then she'll pick him. No question about it. That's the challenge, and it's a challenge you'll overcome with the technique you're about to learn in this video. But more on that later. Now let's take a look at when you're dating an older woman. Older women don't need that much security. At their age, they've accumulated a good deal of emotional baggage, and so they need less security and more emotional fulfillment. But here's where most men go wrong. In an attempt to not add to an older woman's emotional baggage, they try to never hurt her feelings or put her under any stress. And that's a mistake because older women have a second need, and that's for excitement. They want a happy ending, but they also want to experience some of the excitement they missed out on in their younger years. So if you try to make an older woman comfortable, you actually end up boring her to death. Complicated, huh? Here's a quick recap. A younger woman wants security first and affection second. An older woman wants emotional fulfillment first and excitement second. But here's the thing. What if I told you that the solution to both situations is exactly the same? That brings me to the technique you're about to learn. If your woman is much younger than you are, this technique will give her the security and excitement she needs. And if she's much older than you are, this technique will give her the fulfillment and excitement she needs. Ready to learn what this technique is? Before I reveal it to you, I just need one tiny favor from you. If you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button below. Again, your support means everything to me. If you'd like to support me and my channel, then please take a moment to click subscribe now. I'll just be here. Have you subscribed? Great. Now here's the technique that will make your age gap relationship work. The technique I'm about to teach you was taught to me first by my mentor, Rake. If you haven't heard of Derek, he's only the top authority on mind control in the dating and relationships industry. Derek is the founder of the Shogun method system of dating, which employs mind control rather than pickup tricks to achieve results. Derek's system currently has about 17,000 followers around the world. I'm one of them, and I'm about to share some of his groundbreaking teachings with you. Anyway, when it came to age gap relationships, Derek had the same advice for his students, regardless of whether the woman they're dating is much older or younger. He said this: the female brain's subconscious parts operate in the exact same way, regardless of age. In other words, it doesn't matter if she's much younger or older than you are. She responds to certain stimuli in the same way every other healthy woman in history did. And one emotion has proven to be a woman's weakness at every point in history. What's that one emotion? It's not love. It's not fear. It's not anger. It's drama. Women can control their love, their fear, and their anger, but they cannot control their need for emotional excitement. That's why both older and younger women crave excitement, even if it's not their primary need at their age. Think about it. Ever noticed how women love things like gossip, erotic novels, graphic TV shows, and hours-long rag sessions with their girlfriends? And have you ever noticed that when women are bored, it tends to lead to other negative emotions, such as anger, or bitterness, or despair, or paranoia? It's all because of their need for drama. They want it. They need it. And if they can't find it, they'll create it. It's the reason why so many women stay with their abusive husbands and boyfriends, while other women can leave a boring relationship without a second thought. Now, I'm not saying you should be abusive. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that you have the power to create the drama she desperately needs. And as a result, make her more excited to spend time with you than with any other man in her life. When you have that power, then it won't matter much how older or how much younger she is than you. All that matters is that she sees you as the strongest, manliest, most exciting guy in her life, and that she'd be crazy to pick another guy over you. Now comes the big question. How do you create that kind of drama in her life? Remember the FN strategy I told you in the beginning of the video? It's designed to induce emotional drama and make her addicted to you. In mind control circles, FN is the code word for a technique called fractionation. Now, you might be wondering, what is fractionation? Well, let me explain. Fractionation is simply a storytelling technique that puts women on emotional roller coasters. An emotional roller coaster is a repetitive, intensifying cycle of emotional highs and lows. And yes, all you need are stories, statements, words that trigger emotional highs and lows. Let me explain with an example. Let's say your woman is much younger than you are and she craves security. That's the emotional high she needs to feel. What's the opposite of security? Insecurity. That's the emotional low. So a fractionation sequence can go this way. First, you give her an emotional low by teasing her. When she reacts with insecurity, you make her feel secure by giving some loving reassurance, like a bear hug, but no apology. Then later, you tease her again. Then you give her some more loving reassurance. Do this enough, and she'll soon see you as her source of drama and security. Brilliant, huh? Now let's say your woman is much older, and she craves emotional fulfillment. That's her emotional high. What's the opposite of emotional fulfillment? Frustration. That's the emotional low. So a fractionation sequence can go this way. First, you give her an emotional low by canceling a date because you have to work. Then, you make up for it by surprising her the following morning, by cooking breakfast for her. Then you give her another emotional low by not staying the whole day with her. Then you make up for it by canceling your fishing trip to spend the weekend with her. Do this enough and she'll see you as her source of drama and emotional fulfillment. See how it works? Now, I was just scratching the surface of fractionation. There's more to it, lots more. And you'll need to know all of it before you even try it once on a woman. Why? Because it's dangerous. Fractionation, when used carelessly or with evil intent, can break a woman and scar her for life. And no woman deserves that. So here's the deal. I'm going to let Rake himself show you the ropes. In just a moment, a link will come up inside this video. This link will take you to Rake's online masterclass on mind control, where he'll teach you everything you need to know about fractionation. Now go ahead, make your age gap relationship work. Click the link and join Rake's online masterclass now.